Why should our county even consider passing up this opportunity?
It's a tough one. From a local look, there are some benefits, but the benefits to your county are not all gravy. There are trade-offs. There's an opportunity cost here. I think it was highlighted very well in the deliberations on the case at the Power Siting Board. The municipality and county had other potential uses that they were for the land in the future that they thought might be somewhat squelched if there was this industrial colonization of towers and moving things all over the area. And primarily, that's rural residential use. You know, we're kind of a satellite county of Columbus, 2 counties away, but you know, I worked in Columbus when I moved to Logan County, 40 miles away. So I moved out here because of the rural environment. In a little modest place in the woods, wasn't being farmed, and you know, I pay property tax, and I enjoy a lot of amenities of living in an area that doesn't have a mixed land use that includes industrial devices. There's a lot of evidence and a lot of real estate transactions, unfortunately, that point to the fact wind energy doesn't help rural residential growth at all. It hurts it. So there are trade-offs here, and that's one of them. Now, there's a program at the state right now, or a bill in the Senate right now, as you know.
Which one is it?
It's Senate
There's
Bill,
a lot of
it's Senate Bill 232.
232, yes. I actually gave testimony on that yesterday.
Okay. And that's to remove the tangible personal property tax on wind energy devices.
Tax in lieu of.
And replace it with a payment in lieu of tax. And I haven't worked out the present value of the difference, but I know that the initial annual payments are only about 20 to 25% of what the tangible personal property tax would be if we left that.
It starts out at, the tangible personal property tax would start out at 85%, and then would decrease over the years.
Yes.
To 0.
Right, and that's why I say I haven't done the present value calculation.
And then 24% on the generation. What they're going to replace it with is in lieu of, providing you meet certain waiver standards. Job creation, repair
Local
roads,
job creation, right.
train, EMS, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Would be $6,000 per megawatt. That's and that's the name tag megawatt. So
right.
if it's a
$15,000 per tower.
So it would, well, in this case, it would be
Interestingly,
2,000 would be $12,000 per tower times, because they're 2 megawatt.
Oh, are they? I thought they were going to be 2.5. But
They're going to be 1,400. It's 140 megawatt total.
Yeah.
So
okay.
at,
so they're 2 megawatts at
$6,000 would be
$12,000.
$840,000. Which is on the low side of what the county thought they were going to get anyway. They thought they were going to get somewhere between $800 and $1.5 million.
Right.
Nobody ever said anything about $5 million, which is what the tangible personal property tax would have brought in if they leave it alone.
Right.
Which makes the tax, the tangible personal property tax on the Buckeye Wind project per turbine at $36,000.
Right. So okay. So we're talking 1/6, or about 17%
Not
of what it was.
promoting or saying yes or no
Those
to
are
any.
facts.
Those are just the numbers.
Appreciate it.
Those are just the numbers.
Yeah. And then nothing on generation with the 6,000 in addition to that, right?
Right, because well, you don't know how much it's going to generate until they actually turn things on. So.
Well,
I guess you could probably model it.
my thoughts on that is, how many houses does it take, you know, rural residential houses, to make up for $850,000 worth of tax revenue per year? And
we're in a hard break, so we got to do this really quick.
okay, yeah. Those never expire. They don't depreciate. So property tax keeps coming year after year after year, as long as the house is there. I mean, it sounds to me like it would take about 300 houses to equal that.
Right.
So
Well, and the tax in lieu of would never end. And whereas
as long
the
as
tangible personal property, right,
does
and
end. It's
right,
yeah.
and as long as it does do that, and eventually they would, you know, the schools would be out all the money that they never actually had because they never budgeted it in the first place.
It's very interesting.
And then if you understand school funding, you call me. Give me a class on it, because that's really some,
Yeah, I've heard some things
Freaky
about,
stuff.
you know, the
Yeah,
more money you generate locally, the more the state
the less,
gives you,
or,
the less, or...
yeah, the more you get, the
See?
less you get.
Okay,
And you end up, your overall number, your overall total budget can actually decrease by
generating more money locally.
generating more money. It's bizarre.
Pretty silly, isn't it?
All right, well, thank you very much for watching the program, and I want to thank Tom Stacy for being on the show. I'm sorry, it wasn't a long
Thank you,
enough show
Anthony.
for you. I'm sorry.
It wasn't. I'd be happy to do it again if you want to get into more detail. But,
Maybe that'll be a possibility. Let's see how far we went over people's heads this time. All right. Visit the website at www.urbanaleader.blogspot.com. Email us at urbanaleader@hotmail.com. If you'd like to become a sponsor, send us an email. Thanks for watching the show. Keep on coming back.